So just briefly breaking down on how the 3SB program has prepared us for the EdCPA. Just to point out the obvious, being able to do this over 3 semesters is it just takes like a lot of the stress off of trying to complete it in 2 semesters, where you're constantly taking all the coursework as while simultaneously trying to complete the EdCPA. And coming to the third semester, it was pretty relieving to find out that the main class that we have right now, it's really just there for us to like come together and discuss like where we're at and help us keep track of our timeline and set milestones and just kind of, especially now, clarify like what's the expectations for the assessment. And so just being able to have that extra time to simply focus on the EdTPA has been really helpful. And going back to the courses that we've taken before in the previous 2 semesters, the first semester when we had the English methods course, and it was a lot of reading, it was a lot of work, a lot of diving into the text and working with the materials and theories and authors and strategies that were really going to help go towards the EdTPA. I was really appreciated, or I am appreciative of being put through that, because I feel that it really prepared us for the expectations of this. And so instead of approaching the EdTPA with like no knowledge of like what it's going to take to actually complete the work, we've had chances to actually go through this twice for the most part, of like writing out the lesson plans and going over how to adequately apply theory to justify our instructional strategies and approaches to students with different needs. And building off of that, having that course where we just mainly focused on how to provide supports for students with like specific needs was super helpful as well. The instructor was amazing, super helpful for us, and very enthusiastic about how we can become better educators and reach out to a wider audience of students, despite whatever necessities they had, or learning abilities that they have, and just being able to find ways to bridge the gaps between the knowledge that we contain and the knowledge that our students have, and how we can build upon that and get them prepared for like future courses and the future careers and whatnot. But yeah, so going back to the lesson plans I worked on before, just kind of being able to see how like massive of a document we could create, like anywhere from like 20 to 40 pages, like depending on how much wording you put into it. Just like going through that already makes me feel better about approaching it into the EdTPA. And so when I see like what the expectations are, it's not so daunting, because I can say, okay, well, I've done this before, and having that in the backdrop too, it's like I already have like all these theories and justifications organized. And so it really does equip you with all the tools that you're going to need to go into this prepared. It is still a little bit daunting, because of course it is an assessment and there is that fear of failing. But with the program, with what it has given me, and like all the instructors, and seeing how enthusiastic they are and how much they care and how much work that they put towards giving us assistance into this, it really helps motivate me to put in the work as well to getting past it. I also really liked the course where we kind of addressed like a lot of the um, deficiencies in American education, like going all the way back to the beginning when schools were first being created in the nation, and taking like the issues that they had back then, and then looking throughout history and how far we've come in trying to find equality in education, and seeing like how that there's still many like flaws in our system for education. And just having being into a program that is supposed to promote teaching and education, and seeing how we're able to like reflect on it and like come back to it with a critical eye, it's kind of, it shows me that the program does care about improving on education, not just trying to shell out more teachers in order to fill the necessity that's out there, but actually like creating better teachers for like a better tomorrow, to be cliche about it. But seeing how the program does that, it shows that uh, they're looking for like quality educators to come out of this. And so I'm like I can feel pretty confident that when I do like finish the work that this program is asking, and when I do complete that assessment and I pass it on the first try, hopefully, that when I get out of this program and I start applying for jobs, I'm not going to be blindsided with whatever comes to my first classroom that I am the teacher for. And so I believe that this program does do a lot of work and is constantly like reevaluating how it approaches this. Like Mr. Ginsburg always talks about how he adds new textbooks to the curriculum, and he can see how the scores on the EdTPA improve from that. And so just seeing that makes me feel more confident about myself and what I'm going to get out of this program in the long run. So yeah, that's it.